Is a big change coming to Sparwood real estate? Here's your market update for November 2025. Something's changing fast in Sparwood's real estate market, and almost no one's talking about it. Sales are up, prices are shifting, and the pace feels different. So is Sparwood finally entering a new cycle, or is this just a seasonal pause before another upswing? Let's dig into the numbers and let's figure it out. If you're buying or selling in Sparwood right now, you've probably noticed fewer bidding wars, homes sitting a little longer, and buyers asking tougher questions. Today we'll break down the latest October data from the Association of Interior Realtors, showing what's happening on the ground and where this market might be heading next. Now let's start with Sparwood's official numbers from my board's October report. Single family homes, 5 sales. Last month we had none, so 5 sales. Let's give a big high five on that one. That's up 66.7% year over year. The benchmark price sits at $524,400, up 6% from last year. Despite that increase, Sparwood remains one of the most affordable detached markets in the entire Kootenay region. Townhomes. No townhome sales reported in October compared to 2 sales last year. Inventory is limited, and that's keeping attached home data thin. Condos and apartments. 2 condo sales this month, down 50% year over year. This benchmark price is $177,900, down 2% from last October. This segment remains small, mostly investment and entry-level buyers. Zooming out now for a region-wide Kootenay. For context, Kootenay total residential sales were 300, and that was up 33.9% year over year. New listings are 362, and that's an increase of 9.4%. Active listings in the Kootenay area is 1,602. That's an increase of 1.9%. Benchmark pricing regionally, single-family housing, $635,800, and that's up 5%. Townhomes, $522,100, that's up 8%. And condos, $314,600, that is actually down 3.8%. So days to sell, single-family homes are moving. They're in about 72 days, condos 93 days, and townhomes about 108 days. So yes, Sparwood's activity is healthy, prices are still rising, and listings are stable. So here's how we're going to read this. Sparwood continues to behave like a small but steady submarket within the Elk Valley. Detached homes demand is rebounding strongly, and 6% growth and 2/3 more sales tells you there's renewed confidence. However, condo volume is thinning out. That's not necessarily a weakness. It's more about limited stock and tighter investor lending conditions. With benchmark prices in the low 500s for detached and under 200 for condos, Sparwood still offers one of the best affordability ratios in the region. And it's even better if you're looking to rent, because Sparwood rent is expensive. So on an investment side of things, you can buy and you can have it rented out, pay your mortgage, and put some cash in your jeans. And that is what's keeping local buyers active, even as higher interest rates squeeze budgets elsewhere. The key trend now is stability through affordability. Unlike high-priced markets such as FERNIE or Nelson, Sparwood hasn't overheated, so it doesn't have that much to correct. Sales are climbing, inventory is manageable, and prices are inching upward. And that's the definition of a balanced, sustainable small-town market. But the real signal to watch is how long homes are sitting. Across the Kootenays, average days to sell for single-family homes is 72. Sparwood's listings are right in that zone, a sign that buyer and seller expectations are aligning. Sparwood's fundamentals are, in fact, very unique. It is a resource-driven economy tied to Elk Valley Resources, EVR, at Glencore Company, coal operations and regional employment, but it's also benefiting from spillover demand coming out of FERNIE. Buyers who can't stretch their budgets to FERNIE's $1 million detached prices are looking 20 minutes east, finding Sparwood and finding solid homes here for half the price. And that affordability buffer is Sparwood's secret weapon. It attracts both first-time buyers and investors who want Elk Valley exposure without FERNIE level costs. At the same time, limited new construction keeps supply tight, so even modest increases in demand push prices higher. Now let's overlay the interest rate environment. The Bank of Canada's overnight rate dropped again in October, now at 2.25%. That's helping stabilize monthly payments and bringing sidelined buyers back into pre-approvals. Retail mortgage rates as of early November 2025. 5-year fixed is around 3.79. 5-year variable, roughly 3.45. And the prime rate's about 4.45%. However, roughly 75% of mortgages across Canada will renew by the end of 2026, many at higher rates. For Sparwood, that could translate into a slow trickle of listings from homeowners adjusting to new payment realities. But again, this is not a wave. Affordability here gives owners more breathing room than in high-priced markets. So if you're buying in Sparwood this winter, take advantage of affordability now. Detached homes around the $525,000 mark are still within reach for many dual-income households. Lock in your rate hold. Even with rates rising, lock in your rate. Even with interest rates rising, securing that rate protects you and your budget if the market picks up again in the spring. Don't overlook older inventory. Homes that have been sitting for 30 days could offer negotiation space and be begging for an offer. If you're an investor, condos under $200K with stable rental demand makes sense long term, especially with FERNIE's higher carrying costs just next door. Remember seasonality. Winter tends to bring motivated sellers and less competition. That's perfect for the strategic buyer. For sellers in Sparwood, here's your edge. The market's balanced. It's not frenzied, so success depends on positioning, not luck. Price within 3% of fair market value. Overpricing will stall your momentum quickly, make your house sit on the market even longer, and now you'll start looking at 100 days for sure. Stage and photograph professionally. Online presentation matters more now. The buyers compare listings side by side. Highlight the affordability and the lifestyle. Many buyers are comparing you directly to FERNIE. Make sure they understand what their dollar buys here. The average listing takes 60 to 70 days to move. Sometimes it's up to 100, which is completely normal for this stage of the cycle. If you need to sell before spring, now is a good time. There's less competition and still solid buyer demand. Looking ahead into early 2026, the main factors to watch for Sparwood are interest rate trajectory. Further cuts could spark a mini rush heading into the spring. Employment trends, any shifts at EVR or in regional construction could ripple through housing demand. Inventory levels, if listings climb sharply, we may see gentle price flattening, but with such affordability, deep inclines are unlikely. Neighboring market influence, FERNIE's pace often sets the tone. A FERNIE cool down can redirect activity towards Sparwood. Here we go. Here's the bottom line, folks. Sparwood's market isn't just stable, it's actually quite strong. Detached home prices are up 6%, sales are 2/3 higher, and inventory remains balanced. This is what a sustainable small town housing market looks like. Steady demand, measured growth, and room for both buyers and sellers to succeed. While larger cities wrestle with volatility, Sparwood continues to do what it does best: move at its own steady pace. I'm Craig Bell, helping you decode, understand, and navigate the real estate trends across the Elk Valley, one market at a time. If you found this update useful and helpful, smash that like button. Reach out if you have any questions. In the meantime, I'll be doing this again next month. And if you want to see some of the other towns in the area, I've got them attached down below. You can check out FERNIE, CRANBROOK, KIMBERLEY, ELKFORD, whatever you want to see. I'm doing my best to get it out there for you. So go have a look. Peace.